Today on the Diz List, we talk about secret spots you may not know about at Walt Disney World.
Welcome to the Diz List, a podcast that lists everything at Walt Disney World. I'm Nick.
And I'm Rob, and today we're going to talk about some secret spots, which we've done something similar to in the past, but I always like to revisit these things because sometimes the spots are not always there, and Disney likes to refurb and change and make changes. And
yeah, we've talked about this a couple times. It's been a while since we talked about our favorite spots here.
And I think it's important, too, because I've looked at some of the photos on social media this weekend, and I know that Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up, and it's one of the busiest times in the park.
Yeah.
So listening to an episode like this is going to give you some ideas of, okay, this park is mobbed. Where can I go for a little bit of relief? You know, where just sit and relax. And not all of them are exactly like that, but they're just some spots that we've discovered from going through the years where we like to unwind.
Some of these are spots that are like just relax, like sit. Mm-hmm. But other ones are relax, like get away from maybe sensory overload too.
Yes. Which I think we all get, especially young kids.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Because it can be a lot.
It's hot and you need to get out of the heat, or, you know, like I've got one on my list that definitely is getting you out of the heat. Disney's fun until it's not fun. Yeah. And then it's like, how do I mitigate it?
Right, exactly. Yeah. How do I ride this wave depending on what how big are by wave, I'm talking metaphorically, like is it the wave is crashing on you and you have to go and get away from it. So you just kind of ride it and you have to be prepared. You know, you have to do your homework, listen to shows like this, watch videos like Ear Scouts and just prepare yourself for it.
When you said be prepared, I literally heard
be prepared.
Yes, 100%.
There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. There's a lot of news this week.
Yes. One I was very happy about. As a guy who wears glasses, and you do too, but you usually wear your contacts.
Correct, in the parks.
Yeah, right. So I just wear my glasses all the time. I don't love contacts. It's just part of my costume, we'll say. And I found out that they're going to be changing. This is why you'll hear about the glasses thing in a sec. They've decided to change Remy from 3D to 2D. So you won't have to wear the glasses anymore.
Right.
Which is so much better for me because I have to like double stack my glasses, and I've tried it both ways. So you haven't worn glasses.
You've tried it underneath?
Yeah, I've tried it both ways. I don't know. You know what I prefer? Nothing. I prefer to not have to wear the 3D glasses at all. I really don't think that it helps my experience too much. And especially the biggest one, and I'd like to do a Patreon show or a regular show where we can discuss this a little bit further, but I really, really don't like it on Flight of Passage at all.
Yeah, I mean, I know. You've mentioned that.
It's a hot take, but I don't like it.
So here's the thing. I'm thinking about the scenes where the 3D actually really matters.
Sure.
The hand reaching under, the champagne cork pop. I don't know what it's like without the 3D. So I'm looking forward to it because I too sometimes also get like not motion sick, but it's taxing on your eyes.
That's
right?
what I get.
I get like tired, like almost like I want to like fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're going to see more of these. In fact, we're going to do a whole episode about like things we think that should switch. But that was some big news actually.
Yeah, there's a couple different things. We found out just today that New Year's Eve at Magic Kingdom is sold out now.
Yep, dunzo.
I wasn't planning on going there New Year's Eve. I was planning on, I don't know, it could be a day off. It could be somewhere else. But I mean, so that didn't bum me out, but it may bum some people out who were planning on doing that.
I think Magic Kingdom and Epcot are usually the two big parks.
Yeah, Epcot has a good show there too.
So, if you wanted to do Animal Kingdom that day, it'd probably be empty.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not. But a lot of people go to Epcot or go to Magic Kingdom early and stay there because they don't want to be locked out later in the day.
Could they start Animal Kingdom and park hop to one of the others? Does that work?
You can as long as there's room for you.
Okay.
But only if there's room for you.
Yeah.
They can close it down.
So let's say people, do they keep track of it? Do they have like a tally if people are at Magic Kingdom and it's sold out for the day and, little Susie has had it and they leave? Does that open up spots for people to park hop in? How does that work?
I'm not positive, actually. So
I bet you one of the listeners.
But I do know, like, it's not unheard of for them to not let people in on a night like that.
Okay.
Especially Epcot. Epcot gets absolutely crazy on New Year's. So
now this isn't really big news, but this is me being a little spoiled for this next one.
Okay.
There is a button-up shirt that I saw that you can only get at the parks, and it's an all-over print Figment shirt. It's purple. It is so cool.
yeah, we thought we could. I was like, Rob, just go on Disney Store.
We looked.
Yeah, there's 6 things that are Figment, and none of them are this shirt.
Yes. So if you're going to the parks anytime soon, send us a DM and I'll Venmo you to get this shirt because I bet it's going to go quick.
He's not kidding.
No.
He's 100% not kidding.
Let me know if you're going to be in the parks.
Yeah. That it is a pretty cool shirt, honestly, and it's not Roosevelt's, so it's one of those Disney I'll put it up on I'll get a picture of it and put it on the YouTube, but it is a pretty cool shirt for Figment fans.
It looks like a Trapper Keeper.
Yes, a Trapper. Yes, I was just going to say
like
it's
1989 Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, with Figment on it. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
So I don't think anything else happened. Oh wait,
Spaceship Earth.
Yeah,
Soft
Spaceship
open.
Earth. Yeah.
So they opened with the whole ending is all iPhones, and it's all like the dawn. No, I'm just joking.
Jeez.
No, I'm joking.
For a second there, I was like, wait, what? Did I miss that?
They just
because it's something they could have done.
Yeah, they just had to go and disinfect everything. So.
Disinfect it. Yeah, they had to dust off the newspaper guy, the paper boy.
Yep.
So
it always scares me.
It's weird. It's
it always reminds me of like
Blair Witch.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna head off to the halftime show here in a bit, right? And when we do. When we come back, we're going to talk about places we like to relax.
And we're hoping this time we're going to actually have the bumper music. I got a couple messages.
Did you get some messages?
I did.
Yeah, okay. So last week, for those of you who don't know, if you watched it on YouTube, all the music was there because I went in and added it back in. Yeah. But if you're listening on like Spotify or something like that, it got to the halftime show and it was just like dead silence, and all you could hear is our microphones moving. And then at the end, it was like 15 seconds of dead silence, no exit music.
I got a message from Brian and Mikey. They're like, "I just heard you breathing, and it was part of the. I thought it was part of the Halloween episode, and it was like, Friday the 13th or something."
That's so funny.
I was like, well, at least it
because you could even when I was editing the YouTube, I was like, what the heck? And then like I could hear the camera turn off and turn back on. I was like, oh my God.
You walked into my classroom, you're like, all right, everything's good except for.
Yeah.
So I was all excited. I got this special Halloween theme that I did. And so that goes great. I'm all excited, and then everything else is just gone. So we're trying, folks. So I apologize. Yeah. It's definitely my fault.
Amateur operation.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. So here, let's see if the audio works. Here we go. All right, it's working.
Okay, we'll see it right after this. Welcome back. If you're wondering why, too, because I just realized people might not understand. If you're wondering why, how did you not know the music wasn't there? What, don't you add it afterward? We record. We try to be as
live.
We try to be as organic as possible. So we have a soundboard that we use.
Yeah.
We don't drag and drop those sounds in. Correct.
I'm doing this live.
Yeah.
I didn't add that in later. Those sounds are all.
So. Just because we kind of want it to be raw.
Yes.
Right. So,
it's like late night TV.
Yes.
Like if a goof or something. Well, like if something
we
major.
very rarely edit stuff.
Rarely.
Not because we're good, but because we just are like, whatever, that's us.
I would truly say out of all the episodes we've done, 99% of the time it's just been live.
Yes.
And we haven't really had to do many edits.
Correct.
99%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
Pretty good
That
on
sounds
a
about
Regents or AP doesn't do out of 100%.
No, we got a 5 on the AP.
There's probably people who are listening saying, "What are Regents?" Remember we had that conversation this week
with that
girl came in from Colorado to observe.
What are these standardized tests you speak of?
What's the Regents test?
Yeah. So I actually have an experience just because I do want to mention this because it's a fun one. I had an experience this week where I was talking back and forth there's a couple podcasts who got together and we're like in a group chat on Instagram. And one of them was I said something about how the way we record and mentioned how we do like, one extra episode a week for Patreon. And they're like, one extra? That's crazy. Which I just have fun, whatever.
I know.
They're like, that's some commitment. And I was like, yeah, it is what it is. They're like, we don't really do that on video though, so it's not a big deal. I was like, we have talked about maybe one time doing like a Patreon like campfire episode because that's like where we started. They're like, wait, you started where? I was like, yeah, that's why we record live, is because it was just us sitting around a campfire talking, and we thought we wish people could hear these conversations. So
that's it. That's the origin.
It is. There's a lot of places that you can relax in Disney World, even though it's the most hectic place at times. You want to give us one of your favorites?
Yeah, and for me, some of them are relaxing spots. Like, for example, I'll start with the koi pond. Like, that one for me it's funny because I didn't even really think of that right away. And you and I were talking on your list, and you were like, well, I'm sure you got the koi pond because, I was like, every time I'm in the Japan Pavilion in Epcot, I'll go right over to the koi pond. It's very relaxing to me. The Japanese Pavilion is definitely my favorite, but I'm going to pivot to kind of my second one here, which is sort of a different example. In the Magic Kingdom, there's an area that they call the Purple Wall.
Oh, yeah.
And if you walk into Magic Kingdom and you go to the castle and you take a right and you walk into Tomorrowland that way, once you go across the bridge, before you get to Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor, you can take a hard right. Yeah. And if you go right and go back there, there's literally a purple wall that they have. It's almost like these diagonal lines, and
for a while it was like an
circles.
Instagram. It was like Instagram famous for a while, and I don't think it gets like that anymore.
But my daughter loved it, and every time we went, we would go there and take a picture of her with her ears, and it became a really nice tradition for us to do. So I guess as a recommendation, anyone that has young kids, boys or girls, it doesn't have to be girls.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice family tradition to snap a picture, and they don't have a photo pass photographer there. It's not that.
No, it's an Instagram type thing.
Yep. You take a picture, you do a selfie, or take a picture of your kid. But I wanted to start with two that were kind of different for me. One is a nice, relaxing recharge, and the other one is something a little different. It's the secret spot that not a lot of people know about, but it could become something fun for your family. So I wanted to kind of start with two, but that's sort of my reason for that.
Yeah. For me, this is not going to come as a surprise to anybody because I talk about it all the time, is the UK Pavilion. That garden in the back is such a great place to sit down, recharge, even in the heat of the day. It's still warm back there. It's still hot back there, but like you can sit down. There's benches. I've never seen anybody else sitting on those benches. Of course, now I'm telling everybody, and I'll go back there and, oh, do you listen to my podcast? Because nobody else is ever here. But back in that garden area, it's great if you have kids too who just like get overstimulated from other people, but they have some steam to blow off. They can go back there and run around in that. It's not a maze, but it's like a typical British garden, if you will, with like the boxwoods and stuff. Sometimes there'll be music back there. Somebody will be playing. Then there's usually some people back there. Occasionally they'll be doing a meet and greet in that area. Not always, but there's like that little gazebo there. Sometimes they use. I think I've seen Mary Poppins there before. But yeah, it's one of my favorites because like you can just sit and take in the world around you. It's like quiet. It's as if you're not at Disney anymore. You're not in the middle of the hubbub of Epcot. I think it gets a little bit more crowded if it's food and wine because people are looking for a place to sit and eat.
Yeah, good point.
But other than that, it's usually pretty empty.
I just thought of one that isn't on my list that you reminded me of. If you go around kind of to the Morocco Pavilion. And I don't know if this, I know this was a thing for at least 2 years because we did this. I don't want to recommend it on the show because I haven't been back in there. My last trip in August, we didn't go in there. But if you go in oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of what the restaurant is. It's
Spice Road Table.
Spice Road Table. We go right in that main entrance.
This has changed now.
And oh, okay. So the restaurant is back working again?
I don't think
Or
it's
is it a
working
lounge?
again. It's not it's so they were rotating what they're doing with it.
Okay, but it was open to everyone because I'm not
Correct.
a DVC member, and they let us in. We went back there.
I don't believe it is
off.
anymore.
So I mean, that's a good discussion then because it was something that was a good secret spot. But like I said at the start of the show, these things change, and I'm glad to know that. And if we go over anything today, same thing. If we mention a spot that isn't a thing anymore, and I mean, I've only been there like a couple months ago, things change.
Yeah, well,
so let us know.
Like even so in the Morocco Pavilion, if you go further back into the pavilion, past where the bazaar used to be, there's like the one area where
Maybe that's
it's
what I'm
all
talking about.
tiled. No, it's wide open. It's this isn't. You don't have to go in. You're not going in through any doors.
Okay.
There's like that one room, I want to call it, where all the tile work is done. You can I think there's a couple benches in there you could sit on. Nobody ever goes back in that pavilion anymore.
Is it
It's
AC?
sad. What?
AC?
No, it's open air.
Oh, okay.
But it's like I don't know how to describe it. There's that fountain on the wall.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm talking about now?
Because
So,
I
like-
can picture the tiles in my head. Yeah.
So like back
beautiful.
there, it's pretty quiet, and people don't go back in the Morocco Pavilion. So I agree, that's a good one. Why don't we just stay right in Epcot for my next one? Because Epcot's got a lot of these secret places. I like to go inside of the American Experience, and the rotunda where the Voices of Liberty will sing. You go in there. If it's not one of their show times yet, you can go walk around, look at the artwork, look at different things in there. And there's also benches and seats in there. It's always very well air conditioned. And then you can stick around for one of their shows, which is, I mean, if you haven't heard the Voices of Liberty perform, you need to. They're amazing. But yeah, I like to go in there personally.
You know who had an art show in there the last time we were there?
Was it still Reagan? Not Reagan.
President Bush.
Bush.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, he does a good job.
Yeah.
So I was in there the last time where we were just walking around after the show, and it emptied out after Voices of Liberty sang. I was like, this is a great place. Like I never think to go in that pavilion because I guess it's like we're from America. I don't need to experience America.
Well,
I know that sounds stupid, but like,
have you eaten at the barbecue place there? I can't remember if you.
yeah, I had.
I feel like last time you said
Was it
was
like
okay.
loaded like brisket fries or something like that one time?
You're a
it's
big barbecue guy,
Yeah.
so you're pretty picky with that stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I mean, it's okay. It's not great.
all right, that's fair.
It's okay. It's a little dry.
I think it got better. I think we've eaten there twice, and the first time I was not a fan. The second time we went there, I thought it was much, much better. So that's just my 2 cents. But, I like to cook too, but I'm not into barbecuing like Nick is. That's his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. But I don't usually go in that pavilion. And then when I was in that pavilion for the performance and then everything cleared out, I was like, wow, maybe this is a good spot to come in and get a drink, sit in the cool air conditioning. So
I have a couple more in Epcot. And I didn't have them in a specific order, but I just kind of rearranged them now. And I know one of your favorite pavilions is Canadian Pavilion.
I do like that.
You're
pavilion.
practically Canadian. You're from
For sure.
Northern Adirondacks.
For sure, eh?
And
How about it?
there's a little bit of news that goes along with this too. I guess they just did the wheelchair refurbishment for the area by the waterfalls, and that's the area that I want to focus on. They do have a little garden in the front, but that's right in the front. Everybody to see. You have to actually walk back in there and maybe potentially watch the video. It's Canada Far and Wide.
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Yep. Circle Vision.
I just love going back, and just the sound of the waterfalls.
It is pretty
just
relaxing.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not exactly Niagara Falls. We live very close to Niagara Falls.
Or even like Letchworth Falls.
Yes, right. Letchworth State Park Falls are kind of also over in Western New York. So to me, it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
That sound of water it's another, and a little bit of mist too. You get to cool off a little bit. I really enjoy that part of Canadian Pavilion. I know you do too, so I'm sure you're going to chime in here.
Yeah, I do like that pavilion, and I like that part of the pavilion. For me, that pavilion is, I don't know, it falls short a little bit for me, but that's just because
you're
where I grew up.
Yeah,
So
you're in Canada a lot.
Like, here's the thing.
Sure.
If you go to the Japan Pavilion, I know this isn't about like pavilions themselves, but if you go to the Japan Pavilion, you can buy food that you could find, snacks that you could find in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue is that when I go to the Canadian Pavilion, I want some all-dressed chips.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ketchup chips.
Oh, wait! You stole my thunder. I want all-dressed chips and I want ketchup chips.
I thought you were just going with all dressed. Now, okay, at least this is actually more interesting. Explain what all dressed is, because I mean
there's no way to explain it. It's everything.
It's so the flavor. I'm going to do my best to describe it here. It's in the wheelhouse of barbecue, but it's not barbecue.
It's like barbecue, but also salt and vinegar,
and also like, ketchup.
Yeah,
it's
literally everything.
It is. It's like an everything bagel, not the flavor of it.
No,
but it's like you take all the flavors and put them together, and it is good. It's very good.
If I'm gonna really pick, it's gonna be ketchup chips.
If I'm really gonna pick, it's gonna be prawn, which is shrimp flavored.
Well, that's in the Japan Pavilion.
Yeah, they do have them there.
Right, but I'm saying, why don't they have the Canadian type chips over in...
I don't know.
Anyway, I agree, though. That's a good spot. Since we're hitting all the heavy hitters in Epcot, I want to finish off my last one from Epcot.
Yeah.
And that's Communicore Hall. So I know a lot of people hate on this place, and they're like, it was supposed to be this really cool space. And okay, so it's not. So now what? Well, right? So let's back off.
Sure.
Right? So yeah, they did like Cool Kid Summer? They did that in there. They've done some festival stuff, but a lot of times for the majority of the year, it is kind of like emptiness in there, and it is a little.
Why is that bad?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I get it. It's not what you wanted. Now let's appreciate it for what it is, which is a great spot with some of the best air conditioning in all of Disney World to go and get away from people. You can go watch some of the Encanto show. Go in there. Relax. You can grab a bite to eat at I think it's Festival Favorites or something like that.
It's on the corner.
Yeah, there's it does like past foods from past festivals or like stuff like that.
And there's a meet and greet now there too, and I can't remember what it's called. It's all in that same area.
Yeah, in that same area, and you can go in. Like, to me, I get it. It's not what we thought we were getting, but it's something, and let's appreciate it for what it is. Yeah. So I think Communicore Hall is another good place to relax.
It's a great one.
They also have like charging stations there. You can actually plug in and charge your phone. So.
Well, and I think that's kind of the theme of just kind of getting away. And I'm transitioning to this next one. I'm really trying to not make this a joke.
Oh, I know.
It's not a joke. Like it's a nice area to go where no one is around. And if you...
This is also in Epcot, right?
Yes, it is. Okay. So if you go to the I could make this a ridiculous joke, but I'm actually not, because I like.
No, you're being
area.
serious. 100%.
I am being serious here. Go to the Imagination Pavilion, right where you start to walk to go into the attraction, take a right, and you go around the corner, and there's a set of bathrooms over there. Okay, again, this is a family show, not trying to be gross. You can feel free to use those bathrooms. They're giant bathrooms, and there's hardly anybody ever in there.
Yeah.
If you need to take a kid in there to change, you got to change a diaper. Great spot to go. If you need a kid who's just or if your kid is overstimulated, there's a really nice kind of area back there. There's really nothing there.
No.
But if a kid just needs a break, and the other nice thing too, I'll end with this, is for a long time, especially during COVID, they had that area. There were a lot of people there because they would have Winnie the Pooh kind of out in the green grass area. There's a fence. You can't go into the grass, but Winnie the Pooh would come over and wave, and they'd have different characters over in that area, not to meet, but they would kind of be frolicking around.
He still, I think, does
that
once in a while, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's another kind of secret, nice area that is quiet, out of the way.
I didn't know those bathrooms existed for the first 2 times I went there. So I didn't even know they were there, because it's kind of weird, location when you think about it. But
I just
I think it's
putting
funny
a
that
bathroom on. I don't know. It's
go to relax in the Tangled bathrooms. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go there.
They're busy.
They're busy.
Yeah. So's Pinocchio.
Yeah. So. That's funny.
Well, it could be a good transition into, we can go to Magic Kingdom next. I got a couple Magic Kingdom ones.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Give me one.
There is a circus tent way in the back corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Big Top Souvenirs.
Yeah, it's right next to Big Top Souvenirs, which I like too.
It's next to it?
Yeah, and there's another kind of, They sometimes do meet and greets in there. They you can bring your baby in there to kind of.
Oh, you're talking about? Are you talking about where Goofy meets?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
but sometimes there isn't a character there, and it's just kind of a quiet place.
Gotcha.
Where you can go and sit, and I like that spot. It's
I think
kind
even Big Top Souvenirs itself is a good spot.
it definitely.
Because a lot of times that's not that crowded in there.
I don't want to say got stuck. We really didn't get stuck because we were wearing raincoats. We were prepared. But when we went this summer, we did get stuck in the exit of Little Mermaid because it was pouring rain and no one would leave. I've told this story before. And we finally got out and we went into Big Top Souvenirs just to like look around, and it was mobbed, and there were like people camping on the floor in there, and we're like, oh my gosh, get out of here. So then eventually we're like, okay.
I mean, you were doing the same thing though.
Well, yes and no. We were actually wearing rain gear, so we were prepared. So we went in, looked around, we're like, all right, let's go. So we put on our rain gear and we kept going. But I don't know, like I like to be. Maybe this is a little self-righteous of me, but I'm prepared when I go. You know, I'm not like everybody else with no raincoats. You know,
I have a picture.
Like
I have a picture that cycles through my my carousel of pictures.
I know what you're gonna say.
And so
one time I made a mistake. One time, and you were there.
So trying to say you're always prepared, while I have a picture that cycles through where my family's all wearing rain gear, and Rob's family is. Drenched, and we're standing under the Main Street train station. Anyway,
but that spot I really like in Magic Kingdom, back in that corner, and there's bathrooms back there. There's shopping. There's the Casey Jr. that kids can play around on.
Yep.
So I think that area is
Elephants on Parade is back there.
It is. I think that's an underrated. I wouldn't call it a secret spot as a whole. I mean it's very much out in the
People
open.
blow by it.
They do.
On the way going to Tron, or maybe you're just going over to Barnstormer and that's it. But people blow right through.
See, that's almost a secret spot too. If you really want to talk about that, is if you go to the left of Barnstormer, there's an entrance that takes you
100%.
It's a path that goes kind of by the train station and takes you right up to Tron.
Well, you
that's a secret.
You took one of my spots, which is you didn't take it, but
sure. What?
There are benches up underneath the canopy of Tron where you can just sit there, watch Tron go by. You're out of the sun, sort of, but you're not actually you're not inside, but you're out of the sun, which means you're also out of the rain. There's like a little bit of a breeze up there because of it's got to be the physics of what that canopy does, plus the whole the Tron train going by, the bikes. So that's a great spot to go up. I like the Tron music, you know that.
Love it.
So going up there, if you go up like you're going to those bathrooms, which there's also a really good water filling station there.
Oh, I use that every single time.
But if you go just past that, like as if you're going to go get on the ride, there's benches along the way that you can sit down and watch people go through. I think it's mostly because a lot of people maybe don't want to go on the ride, but their family members do, and you can get really great photos there of people coming on the ride.
Great.
If you can time it right, that you're there while your friend is on the ride. But that's one of my favorite spots now. Now that it's open, now that it's like the ride's always running, like sitting there during the day when it's super hot is a great spot because it's shaded. But it's weird. It's not shaded, but it's shaded. You know what I mean?
It is.
So
and depends on where the sun is.
Translucent, the top.
Well, it depends on where the sun is in the sky. In the morning, I mean, you get hit with sun there.
Yes, correct. Yeah, but that's one of my favorites is sitting up by Tron.
I have one more at Magic Kingdom. Do you have any more Magic Kingdom ones?
I have one more at Magic Kingdom.
Maybe we overlap on this one. And you and I have taken advantage of this spot. And this is the rocking chairs across from Tom Sawyer Island, which really isn't a thing anymore. Yep. It'll end up being Piston Peak there. But the kids our kids took turns on the rocking chairs, and we kind of
you can go get food over at you could get food at Pecos Bills and eat there, but
you could. There's the horseshoe, Diamond Horseshoe is there, which I've never eaten at.
But there's a stand right across where you can get the little corn dog nuggets or whatever too. What is the name of that stand? It's like something about bears. Anyway, because it's across from Country Bear. Yep. But yeah, that's a great spot.
That's another good spot too. That was that was kind of my last one there. I mean, do you consider Carousel of Progress a secret spot to take a nap? No. I mean, sure, you can. My wife said to me the other day, she goes, I miss Ellen's Energy Adventure. I said, really? She goes, yeah, it was a great spot to take a nap. You're there for 45 minutes.
Yeah. I've got one that is in the least expected spot.
Sure.
So if you think of the busiest place in all of Magic Kingdom, a lot of times you think Main Street. Yeah, Main Street, USA.
Waiting in line for pictures.
Yeah. So Crystal Arts. If you go down by that little side street there,
yes,
I think they do. I don't know if they still do it, but the whole the silhouette picture, like the classic black and white. You have yours, but you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Have to find it. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah. So if you go down that side street, that's right there by Crystal Arts. It's actually super quiet, and generally speaking, there's like a person selling balloons. There's a person doing the silhouettes. Oh, and there's Rob's. Does it say Robbie? It does say Robbie.
It
on
says Robbie 1987.
That's funny. So basically, you can do the whole silhouette thing. You can do you can get a balloon there. There's popcorn. There's a popcorn cart usually around that area. But if you keep walking down that street where it's a dead end, very few people back there. It's just a good place to kind of sneak back away, take a quick little recharge, take a deep breath, and realize you're in the best place, right? You're in the most magical place. So
I think I'm thinking of Disneyland, but I think Disneyland has the Starbucks that pops out there, or is that Disney World?
Disney World has a Starbucks further up.
Okay.
Further up.
Then
Main
it's
Street.
Disneyland then. Then we went in there to get Starbucks at that point because theirs is in that kind of side street.
Okay, so ours is right on Main Street. Just, yeah. So it's just further up Main Street.
Okay.
Not by much, though.
I have two more, and they are in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Do you have more than that? How many more do you have left?
I have one more biggie.
Magic Kingdom or Animal?
No, Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'll do my Animal Kingdom ones too. This, if you're a longtime listener, you've heard us talk about this one before. It's one of our absolutely favorite places, secret or not, but it definitely tends to be a secret. And the last time I went, we got there too late and we didn't get to, because long story short, I'll cut it off now and just say it's Rafiki's Planet Watch, and the animation experience is so great. It's such a great secret spot back there. And again, I'm not going to make it into a long story like I usually do, but we timed it wrong, and we actually took the train out, walked over there, realized we didn't have enough time because we had plans to do something else, and we had a lightning lane. So we just kind of rode the train out, walked around, didn't do the drawing experience, rode the train back. It was really nice, relaxing. It was around like 4:00. It had just rained, so it was kind of a nice way to sort of recharge, and I love that area. I know you did it for the first time a couple years ago, and now your family loves it too.
Yeah, it's a great place. The train ride itself is relaxing, but when you get out there, it's also a relaxing spot. If you go in, even if you miss the show or miss the animation experience, there's plenty of spots in there that you could just sit, recharge, relax. There's not a lot of people back there. A lot of people don't even know it exists.
I really like the areas of Animal Kingdom that make me feel like I'm walking in the jungle.
Yeah.
And I know it's just regular Florida foliage because I've been to Florida enough in my life, but it kind of has that feel, and that's what they want you to feel too, is like you're in the jungle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
I've got one similar to that over at Hollywood Studios. Not really similar as far as like a total escape, but similar as far as like you're off and people don't even realize it, that it exists, is that there's a fork in Galaxy's Edge where the path splits over by Rise of the Resistance. And there used to be, I don't know if there still is, but there used to be the only thing back there used to be like a Coca-Cola cart where you bought the little grenade.
Oh, give me a second.
with the
thermal detonators from Return of the Jedi.
Correct, yeah. And like that particular area, that little loop, like it literally just forks off and comes back together.
Yeah.
That little spot is always a nice spot to escape some of the people that get crazy around Rise of the Resistance.
I know exactly what you're saying.
But like that's just one, it's not a spot to sit and relax, but it's a spot to like take a deep breath. It's okay. Like, I get it.
You had mentioned before the show started, there's another similar spot in Animal Kingdom.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you can talk about it.
So we talked about this beforehand. This used to be the smoking section a long time ago. So if you are,
in Animal Kingdom.
Now we're bumping back.
Smoking section.
I know. Ridiculous.
We can't have plastic straws. We can't sell balloons, but by all means, smoke your cigs.
So let's say you were, I'm trying to describe this the best way I can here. Let's say you just got out of the Lion King show.
Yep.
And you were deciding to walk over towards Everest or the Nemo show, that direction. So that's from Africa to Asia. But I didn't know how many people could make that in the map in their head. So as you're walking down, what happens is the path splits off to the left, and you kind of go up and away from everybody else. It's just a regular path, kind of goes up like a ramp, but you're off in the jungle a little bit. And that's that area that used to be secluded for. I'm 99% sure it was smoking.
Okay, I don't doubt you.
Someone can prove me wrong if that's incorrect. But they left the path there, and it's another kind of fun area where you can kind of go back up there and get a little bit of a timeout.
You should always do the Robert Frost. You should always take the path less traveled.
There you go.
Because that is definitely a great spot there. There's even like I think there's a table back there, like a set of chairs too.
There's got to be.
So it's a good. You've got a great spot there. You're not wrong.
Yep.
Another spot that people often don't go down or go to. This is very similar to that one I mentioned in Magic Kingdom with Crystal Arts, except for this one is bigger. Is over in Hollywood Studios where they do the like Pixar meet and greets. So currently, Mike and Sully sometimes Frozone's back there, The Incredibles, and they have the actual meet and greet for the designer, the costume designer.
Oh, geez, now
yeah.
Edna Mode.
So Edna Mode's back there. But if you go back down that particular dead end street, a lot of times there's nobody there.
So originally,
if there's nobody meeting back there, it's just pretty dead.
Before your Disney time, if you were to walk down there at the end where the dead end is to the right, that was the entrance to Toy Story Mania.
I knew that. Yeah.
So you would enter there, and then most of the queue is inside,
right.
and you would kind of snake around. And the queue was very different at that point. I kind of like the way it is now, where you're inside and you have all the stuff from the games and toys around you. I prefer it the way it is now a little bit better, but that's what that used to be, at least.
Yeah, but like now I half expected them to like make an announcement about that area at D23, and they didn't say anything. So I don't know if something's coming.
I'm sure eventually they will.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I've got over at Hollywood Studios. I know that there's probably some other ones like there's not a bad spot to sit and relax if you go kind of like back toward Tower of Terror, just the pathway to Tower of Terror.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Don't actually go to the ride, but if you just go up, there's like that little.
It takes you into the gift shop.
Well, right, and
to the far right.
Yeah, you could kind of sit on like there's like a stone wall, I believe, right there too. You kind of sit there, or you could at the very least escape the hubbub of everything, and it's just people walking by going to the ride.
One. I never thought of that.
That's a nice spot too.
That is a good spot. Only other thing I had was there's also some more trails that, these are not Gorilla Falls and it's not Maharaj. There's some trails next to the Tree of Life.
Yeah,
that
I think they're called
anybody.
The Discovery Island Trails, I believe they're called.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, just going back there, and if you have young kids, it's a great spot to go because you're so close to the Tree of Life. You can have them pick out like what animals do you see on the Tree of Life.
That's a fun game.
You know what I mean? Like just having them point those out is kind of a fun little thing to do too. Animal Kingdom's got a lot of those little nooks and crannies that you can kind of go and just sit and
explore.
Relax. Another spot. Sometimes, I don't know if they still allow it. Last time I was there, they were still allowing it. And then the time before that, it was a photo experience, was where they used to do the bleacher type seats or whatever that was where they used to do Rivers of Life or whatever that.
Oh, and the balloon show.
Right. So the last time I went, there was not a photo pass person on the other side of it, but there were people that you could go in, you could just sit down on those bleachers, like, or whatever you want to call it. I call them bleachers because that's what they look like. But you know what I'm talking about. You can, in that seating area.
It's like outdoor Coliseum seating.
Yeah, you could go and sit in there and just relax. So that's a good spot, honestly, in Animal Kingdom, if it's open, if they'll let you do it. And if there's a photo pass person there, it's a pretty cool one. It's one of those super zoom ones where you go back and like you look and it like zooms in from way across. So that's kind of a cool looking one. But yeah, there's lots of those in Animal Kingdom. And then sometimes dining places are not a bad place just to go sit and relax. Like upstairs at, is it Columbia Harbor House upstairs there? And then you've got other places like even going into Pinocchio's Village House, because it's not great food, but you can probably get a nice like seat away from people.
I used to do that at Pizza Rizzo.
Yeah. And if it's a non-busy day or non-busy part of the park day as far as for food goes, Pecos Bills with that overflow seating, you usually can find a spot to just chill there too.
Good idea. Way in the back of Pecos Bills is nice.
Yes, I agree.
You got to walk forever, but I mean, you're practically in Adventureland.
Yeah, I mean you are in Adventureland, aren't you?
Yeah.
At that point,
I had read at one point that I think the Pecos Bill's kitchen is shared with the Tortuga, which was on the opposite side.
right? Which is why it's connected. Yeah. So I mean, there are places in the park that are in the parks that are very relaxing. And for a place that's as busy as Disney, to find a relaxing place is kind of unique. I don't have anything else. Do you?
No, because it wasn't a top 5. It was just we're sort of throwing darts at the wall here without a target.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let us know in the comments where your favorite place to relax in the parks is, because we would like to maybe try it out next time we're there, and also it'll allow people who find our video or find our episode on Spotify to allow them to potentially now know where else they can relax to. So. Yep. And if one of ours on the list, you're like, that's not relaxing, I don't like it there. Tell us that. So we can
hear that too.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a list away.
Tune in next time, and we'll see you real soon.